Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this video, I am going to show you how we can use simple CI/CD pipeline. For this activity, you need a Java code, which I have shown you in the previous videos, and you need to push that into the GitHub account. We have already done that, and we should set up the Jenkins as well as Tomcat server on EC2, right? If you have followed my previous videos, this setup might be ready by this time. If not, please go through those videos and come back to proceed from here. I have already installed my Jenkins server. Also, I have installed my Tomcat server and my code has been pushed into Git. From here, I'm going to take up further to create CI/CD pipeline. Let's jump into AWS console. This is my AWS console where I have two servers. One server is a web server, another one is a Jenkins server. And if you see here, this is my code where I have a code is available. In this code, it is a just Java code. I don't know how to write, to be honest. And somebody has written and I'm using this one. So this is the Java code we are going to use. And if you deploy this Java code, you are going to get index.jsp. If you open whatever information is here, hello Valaxy, this is the information you are going to get in the browser. And another thing is, if you see, there is a pom.xml. If you are building your code from the Maven by using Maven tool, you must provide pom.xml as a input. Okay, so this is the pom.xml file is available to build from the Maven. Let's jump into my Jenkins server and we'll see how we can create the pipeline. Sorry. So it is prompting for username admin. So I have logged into my Jenkins homepage. If you see, there is no jobs created so far. We are going to create a first job, that is CA job I will create initially. Then we'll go for CD job. I'm creating a new job over here. And this is hello world I'm giving. And it is a Maven project, or else freestyle also you can do. But we know that this is a Maven project. I have selected Maven project and next. Here, you need not to give any information over here. This is hello world. If you want, you can give the description. Next thing is source code management. Nothing but where your code is residing. Our code is residing in Git. We have installed Git plugin in this one. That's why you could able to see the Git. If you don't know how to do, go and watch our setup and configuration of Maven and Git. That video you can refer. And you need to provide the repository URL. And if I go here, my repository is hello world. And if you see, there is a clone and download option. Here you can copy your URL of Git repository URL. So this option is to copy. And I am providing this as a input for my CI pipeline. And the next thing is there is a credential option. If your Git is a private, you must provide the credentials. In next few minutes, I'm going to show you how you can create credentials, right? Next, branches to build. We are using the master branch. You can create multiple branches to your code. So far, there is only one branch. That's why we are building on the master branch. This is a default branch. In real time, you may have multiple branches like dev, prod, quality, master, something like that, religious. Okay. But we don't have those branches. We are having only master branch. We are building on master branch. Next thing is build. This is the option. Under build, you should have the pom.xml. By default, it prompts for pom.xml. So under home directory, there is a pom.xml. It reads this pom.xml. Next, you need to specify the goals by using this one. What should I need to do? So first we need to clean it. Clean nothing but if any previous builds are there, it is going to clean and install package. These are the three options usually we use. Apart from these, few other options, goals also there for Maven, right? So I have given the required information to build my code, apply and save. Now I can say I have created my CI pipeline, and you can build because you are inside to your pipeline. You can build it, or else you can go to dashboard. If you go to dashboard, you can see the your first pipeline. You can build from here also. You can see here schedule a build for hello world. You can execute this one, or you can go inside to your pipeline and you can execute here. Whenever you execute build now, a pipeline execution will be scheduled and it is under progress right now. If this execution is successful, then it will turn into the blue ball. If the execution fails, it turns into red ball. Let's see, it got failed. What could be the reason? Okay, there is some issue in the goal, maybe spell mistake. Let's see. If you want to modify your configuration, you need to select configure, and yep, there is a typo. Now I'm re-executing it. Build now. So previous build was failed, so it is in red. It will turn into blue this time. So it is going. It is testing the test cases and the Maven project. It is successful, server and web. It is able to successfully build, and you can see here it is success. And if you go back now, it turns into the blue ball. Right now, what I can say that it has been able to successfully build our var file or jar file, whatever we have given. If you scroll down, it will give, okay, it is creating var and jar, both files it is creating, you can see here, right? So now I can say that my CI nothing but continuous integration is fine. Next thing is I want to deploy this one. To deploy this one, I have another server called web server. On this server I want to deploy it. Before deploying, we'll see the what is there by default on the web server. So this is the IP address. I'm just logging in, and I'm using a default user called DevOps user. I have logged into my Tomcat server, and just to show you, it is under app, under this one Apache 8 I have installed, and let me see whether services are running or not. So far not running. So Tomcat up, because I have created a linked file. If you are not aware all this, please go and watch our video how to set up Tomcat server. It is hardly 20 minutes, but I try to explain best for my knowledge. Right now, let me check it. Okay, now it is running, and we'll try to access it from the browser. So to access it, this is the file, and 8090, this is the port it is using. How do I know? Just you can go and check it, because I have given this information in conf, under conf cat server.xml, right? In this you have specified, I have specified the port number. Yeah, this is the one. Connector port 8090 we have given, right? I think I haven't opened this at the security group level. Let's go and enable this in the security group. Okay, now I'm changing this to 8090 and anywhere. Right, now let me refresh it. I should get the default home page. Right, okay, everything is fine. Now what I need to do is I want to deploy on this Tomcat server with the code what I'm building through the Jenkins. For that, you need to do two steps additionally. That is, you need to provide the Tomcat server credentials in your in your Jenkins, and also you need to install the deploy plugin on your Jenkins. So first thing, I'm going to install the deploy plugin, deploy on container. That is the plugin you should install to deploy, because by default you cannot deploy. If you want to test, you can just go here and configure under post build actions. If you see here, you cannot find any option to deploy var file. Once you have installed the deploy on containers, then only you can see a option to install var file. Sorry, var. Yep. So I'm leaving it. Configure. Sorry. Dashboard. Manage Jenkins. Under manage Jenkins, there is manage plugins. If you want to install any plugin, you should come here. Updates are available because my installed plugins might be little older and available. It will tell you the what and all packages are available. You can search here, deploy on container. Yeah, deploy to container. This is the plugin you need to install, and I'm installing without restart. We'll pause for a while until it gets installed. Now plugin installation has been successful. Next thing is we need to set the credentials. To set up the credentials, you can go to the credentials option under your Jenkins homepage. Here there is a option to Jenkins and global credentials. Here there is a option to add credentials. This is where you need to provide your Tomcat server credentials. Now, how do you know that what is the Tomcat credentials? If you remember correctly, whenever we are discussing about how to set up our Tomcat server, there I have added some users in the Tomcat user.xml file. So in that there is a user called deployer. So this guy I am going to use and manage scripts. If you want to deploy your var file through the Jenkins, he should have a role called manager script, right? So deployer is having a manager script role. Now I am going to use these credentials to deploy on my server, on this server I can say. So let's go and create credentials. Create credentials, username with password, and username is deployer, and also password is deployer. I'm going to give a description as Tomcat credentials, sorry, ID, and description also same. Now I have created credentials. If you have any other access, nothing but if you have a Git private repository, you want to access those, then you should come here and create the credentials. This is how you need to create credentials for your private repositories. Anyway, I have done my two steps. First thing is I have installed deploy on containers, sorry, deploy to containers. Second thing, I have set up Tomcat credentials. Let's go back, and this time I'm going to choose my hello world pipeline and configure, and this time I want to deploy with by using the same one. Now you can see deploy var or EAR to a container. I'm choosing this option. Now var file, you need to specify the path of your var file. Otherwise, the another way is you can just provide, okay, where are R file to deploy relative to the workspace root, and you can specify the start/star.var. Okay, instead of you can specify specifying the entire path, you can specify this one. Why? Because whatever build you are doing, by default it sits on the uh, workspace directory. Under workspace directory, whatever workspace is generating for hello world, under workspace directory, if wherever it finds var file, take that one. That is the meaning of this. And the next one, context path, nothing but you can give the full name of your var file, or else you can ignore it, automatically takes up. Next thing is add to container, means in which application server do you want to install. We want to install onto Tomcat 8, right? Tomcat 7 also it will work, because the package will identify, Tomcat 7 can identify the Tomcat 8 version also. So it's anyway, we have Tomcat 8 is available. If your code is JBoss related, you can use this one, or Glassfish. It's up to you what kind of code you are deploying. Sorry, what kind of web server or application server you are using. So Tomcat 8. Now if you see here, it is asking, because Tomcat 8 is installed in the other server. On this server it is installed. This server have the Tomcat credentials. Those credentials we need to provide. That's why in the previous step we have set up the Tomcat credentials. If these credentials are correct, then only this var file get deployed into the Tomcat server, right? Next, you need to provide the URL of your Tomcat server. So this is our Tomcat server URL, and apply save. Now I have successfully updated. Let's build it. This time it should be able to generate the var file. Once the var file has been generated, it should get deployed into the your Tomcat server. Okay, just to reload this one. cd/app, and it will get deployed into a directory called web apps. Okay, this is the path where your file will get copied. Okay, it's already get copied. You can see here, this is the time. Remaining all are little older. This is the time. Just now the web app got created. Date, if you see, it is 8:15, 1 minute before, and our job also successfully success. And to access this one, apart from this, whatever var file you are having, that is the name you need to give. So the web app we got. So web app, if you give, you could able to access your application. You can see here, hello Valaxy. That is what we have under this file, if you do remember, right? That is how you can deploy it on a Tomcat server. But now I want to make it as a continuous integration. Okay, continuous integration and continuous delivery. Now somebody go and change the code. Somebody go and change the code over here. It automatically triggers and build. The new build should get deployed into on this server. That is what I want. For that, there is a simple option available in Jenkins. So go to your job, under your job configuration, to modify your pipeline. There is a option called build triggers, nothing but when I can build the trigger this build. So build whenever a snapshot or deployed is built, or trigger manually, remotely. There are different options. I hope you are already aware. And there is a option called poll SCM. Poll SCM, nothing but you need to specify the cron job type of entry. So the time whatever you specify, according to that, it will go and check your Git repository. If any modifications are there in between of that time in your Git repository, then it is going to trigger the build. That is what it is going to do. So for quickly, what I will do, I will execute a build. Sorry, it can go and check my Git repository for every 2 minutes. Star by 2 means every 2 minutes, minutes after minutes, hours, day, month, day of the week. That's it. So now every 2 minutes. Star means it's equal to the any number or every number. So now every 2 minutes, my Jenkins server will go and keep on monitoring this repository, Hello World repository. If any modifications are there from the previous to current, then it is going to trigger build automatically. I don't want to do any manual trigger. So let's apply and save it. As of now, we haven't changed anything. Now what I will do, I will change something in my code. Then it automatically triggers this job, right? I will go to my web app, and index.jsp. So I thought that, okay, hello Valaxy is not looking good. I will just edit. I will specify like welcome to Valaxy Technologies, right? So I'm just saving. You need to give updated index file. Okay, instead of updating here, it is not a best practice. I can say you can update in your uh, GitHub client version. There you can update and you can do. I will show you in next few minutes how you can do. Now I have updated my code, and let's go to our Jenkins. Now 3 builds are there. I don't touch anything. It automatically triggers the 4th build, and the updated code should get deployed into your Tomcat server. Let's refresh it. We need to wait for 2 minutes. Let me wait. Let's wait and we'll see. I'm just going to refresh it. I hope the latest has been updated, right? You can see the commits also when we have changed. So it has been changed a minute ago. I hope I have saved my configuration. Yeah, it is giving the every 2 minutes. So would last run on Friday so and so 8:51, and going to run at this time. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you can see here it has been triggered, and it was triggered by the my poll SEM. And let's go and refresh this page. Keep on refreshing. This time you can see the welcome to Valaxy Technologies. It has removed the old one. Now you can see here welcome to Valaxy Technologies. So I haven't done anything. Developers are developing the code. They are updating. Once it is updated, due to my continuous integration and continuous delivery, I could see the updates. If I don't like this one, again as a customer, I will go and tell them that, okay, this is not looking good. Can you able to change something? This time, instead of doing from the GUI, I will do it from the Git. Yeah, I'm going to do it from the Git client. Here now what I will do, we have this hello.html, hello world. I'm going to remove this and reclone it. Okay. Now what I will do, I'm going to clone it, Git Clone our repository. So I'm cloning it. Once you have cloned, you get the code into your local system. Now cd hello world. Now web apps src main web apps. This is the file index.jsp. I'm going to open this index.jsp in my notepad. Okay, I have opened. So you can see here, welcome to Valaxy Technologies. Okay, addition to this one, I just want to add just hello in front of this one. Hello, welcome to Valaxy Technologies. Now let me save this one. Once you have saved, you can go back to your Git client. Now Git status, if you see, it will show you that one file has been modified because we just modified. We have added hello over here. Now this one you need to commit into your Git repository. Nothing but we need to commit this data into the hello world Git repository. For that, you need to do first git add dot, nothing but you are adding it to your local repository. Local repository, nothing but in your laptop. Next, git commit. Now if you see git status, this has been added to updated in the local, but sorry, not just added, not yet updated. To update it, git commit minus m minus m, nothing but comment updated index file. So you are committing, you have committed successfully. Now you need to push it. Git push origin master. If you give this one, it is going to do, but I haven't set up the passwordless authentication. To set up passwordless authentication, I have already opened the link. So you can go to these instructions so that you can set up the passwordless authentication. But for time being, I haven't set up my passwordless authentication. Sorry, Valaxy Tech is my username, and it is asking, prompting for the password. I have given the password. Now you can see it has been updated. There were some files and those files has been successfully updated. Now it should be get updated over here. And if you see the commits now, it should be 7 commits. Earlier 6 were there because we have updated from our Git client. And also it is going to trigger our Jenkins job. Now it is 4. It should trigger the 5th one. Once the 5th one is triggered, the code will change as a hello, welcome to Valaxy Technologies. So I don't do anything. We'll wait here until it get triggered. So this is how usually developers change their code and push it into our Git repository. Once it is pushed, it can automatically identify if you are enabled poll SCM. It triggers the job and the code will get deployed into the dev environment first. If dev environment the changes looking fine, then it will go to the test environment. In test environment, a testing team will do the testing on the latest version or latest build. If they find any bugs, they can inform to the developers to update their bugs. Once they have updated, again they are going to push the code. So it's like a rotational process. Continuously it is going to happen. And one more thing is, I have created for CA and CD, for both I have created only one pipeline. Usually there could be different pipelines. So in next video we are going to create 2 different pipelines for the CA and CD. We'll deploy it. Okay, yeah, you can see here now it has been triggered 5th job and it is running. And let me go here, and it is still not yet updated. It removed the old version and updated latest version. This is how the continuous integration and continuous delivery will happen. Hope this video is going to helpful for you guys to understand how usually the continuous CI/CD will work. And I am requesting all of you to practice this one and make sure that everything is working fine to proceed with the next training. I mean to say next lab. Okay. Thanks for watching this video, and I would strongly request you guys to promote our YouTube channel and refer your friends to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Many thanks. See you in next lecture.